All right. Uh, we are today in the residence of Mike Ejeagha here in Enugu State. Now, a whole lot has been happening in a couple of days, weeks, and we decided to come as one for TV to actually get in touch with the family. Let's get a first hand of what is actually happening to the family. And today, of course, we'll be discussing with the first son of the legendary artist, a man who, of course, sang the best of music with Igbo dialect for the people of Nigeria as well as of Africa. My name is Chibuike Peter, and this is One TV. And yes, let's get to speak to the first son of Mike Ejeagha. Sir, please tell us your name.
Welcome one for TV. My name is Ejeagha Chibuike, son of Mike Ejeagha, the legendary Akunewubi.
Okay, it's quite interesting to know that two of us actually share the same name. So this is going to be very interesting. First of all, our condolence from One for TV concerning what has happened to the family. But tell us true. How was the life of Mike Ejeagha before he passed away?
My dad passed on April 6th. That was on a Friday night at 8 p.m. And it happened at Military Hospital, 2D, Abakaliki Road, Enugu. So I was with him when everything happened. It was a very sad moment for me, But before then, my father had been sick, but we went on a checkup because he was billed to come for a checkup. It was on 4th of June. Then when we arrived there, then the doctors looked at him and asked him and said that my father would be admitted. Then he wanted to get my consent. I said, okay, no problem. But that I took him to hospital to be examined and see what happened to him. So he was admitted. Yes, and subsequently, serious attention was given to him. The medical doctors and nurses of a 2D military hospital.
All right. Thank you very much. That was a very sad one. But let's talk about the life of Mike Ejeagha. As the son, who do you know your father to be before he passed on?
Personally, I know my father is a peacemaker. He's a loving gentleman. At the time, a music maker who had recorded a lot of hits. I don't know if I will start mentioning this. Okay, for example, the one with the camera, there's one that he titled Jam Man and Praise Me When I'm Alive, and many of them. So people knew my dad as a musician, someone that composed music, that touches the heart. If you listen to any of his music, it is full of good messages of hope, unity, peace, love, togetherness, I would say that his music has no barrier, it cuts across the whole nationality. That's why I say this. A lot of his hits, have been translated. Yes, for instance, like the one that trended last year in July. That was the Gogobongo, Jesse Le Onisioche, the Brainjota Youth, one of his dancing convention, I should say. So, and when that music was trending, a lot of people were trooping to this place. This place became a hive of activities, But I would say that The residence of Mike Ejeagha became a pilgrimage center that period, you know, and people showered him with blessings, with gifts, Then, uh, in exchange or in turn, they asked for his fatherly advice and blessing, which he did. Yes, my father's composition had touched a lot of people. Yes, it has saved a lot of lives. Uh, I used to refer to my father's music as uh, not the Bible, but if one calls it the Bible, that person is not mistaken. But his composition are full of good morals and values. Yes, that generation from generation to generation, you will still listen to his music and you will still get something very good from some of all his compositions. There's one man that came here from Anambra, one Judo Okonkwo. Today he came here, he gave my father something. Why he gave him that thing that was? The man told him that there is one of his numbers. Ọ ga-adị mma n'ezie echegbu n'onwe gị n'iche. The man told him that he was a businessman, he had money, but at the long run, there was something that happened to him. He lost a lot of money and business. Then he thought that was the end of his life. But when he listened to that music, when it was being played on one of the radio stations, then he went to Onitsha and got the CD and played it again. That was what resuscitated that man. Yes, then the man came here, was thanking Daddy, if it was not because of this number, that man, according to him, that he would have been a dead man. So I must say that my father's music had touched a lot of life positively. Yes, and people up to today are still giving testimonies about him and about his numbers. Those recorded reports.
Yeah, of course. I'm one of the people that will say that Mike Ejeagha's song have actually touched me deeply, especially the trending song of last year, Go 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 Go. It was amazing. So big thanks to Brain Jota. But Daddy, you said, was a man of peace. But can you tell us, as his son, um, what is that thing that actually drive him towards making sure that peace is within wherever he comes in, or wherever he steps his foot in? What is that thing that always want to make him more relaxed and say, yes, I'm a peaceful man?
Yes, according to God, God is peace. He gave peace to humanity. There's a lot of things has happened, and it doesn't go well with him. As a musician or somebody that was creative, he started to preach peace. He started to infuse into his music unity, love, because God gave us love. Let us love ourselves. Because if one had loved one another, I don't think there will be problem. There will not be this war here and there. You can see what is happening between Israel and Iran now. So because of the love is not there, this is not there. So I must say that my father, his family, yes, he knows the word of peace. That's why he continues to preach for peace, for peace.
All right, we're still talking to the eldest son of Mike Ejeagha, right in his residence, and so far it has been very interesting how he has talked us through on how Daddy was a peaceful person, not just in his family, but of course the content of his music that have spread across Nigeria, Africa, and the globe. There is no doubt that Daddy was a peaceful man. But let's look at, before he died, was there a specific word that he passed to the family or to you, the first son, that we Nigerians should at least know about?
Okay. I think there was.
Okay.
I will tell you, not only to myself, but to the whole family, even his in-laws. As I said, we usually had meeting with him. Whenever I had meeting with him, he would tell us, if I should die today, please don't keep me in the mortuary.
Mm.
You know? And I had always been with him. You know, I'll not go to bed unless my dad goes to bed. Whenever I come back from wherever I must have gone, then I will sit beside him.
Did he tell you the reason why he wanted that?
I'm coming to that. Okay. You know? And when he was saying I'd not happy with him, I was not saying no. You know, so when he died, so when the matter came up, with a lot of arguments between I and my kindred, I told them, this is my father said to me, you know, this is not the time for me to be singing. Because there is one of his songs in the Igbo, you know, said that untold, you know, respect, you know, then untold, you know, why we're all this because of money. So if I should at that situation or that material time, one, that concern, that disrespect, that is to respect him or betray him, or secondly, that go contrary to what he had instructed me passionately and sternly, get of instruction, you know, like I'm putting inside. Now I've committed what they call a violation of what, you know. Yes, is it because of money? But the money I can lay my hands on money, then I have to take him to the mortuary. These are the three things. Why? Can I fully ego? To ego wage off. You know? Yes. Coming to your question. My dad used to tell me, if caught an elder we see sitting down, you know, if a child climbed the top roof of your building or elsewhere, you will not see that thing. Which is a word of wisdom, you know. If you want time, if you can to plan well for what are you going to do in normal for that thing? Yes. So my father had told me a lot of stories. But once somebody asked you to do this for me or not to do this thing, you must obey that instruction. Yes. Had it been that I did not have the consent of the state government before I asked my people, this is what the governor has said, that you must bring my that according to his wish. There are consequences. Yes, I have seen such injunction was not complied to. Yes, it did a lot of things. It could even lead to madness, even lead to death. You know, there is one man in my village, you know, that got crippled. Yes, his father was a tattooed man. Then his father told them, whenever I die, he must dress me. Yes, he might that my tattoo garment, you know. The man was an awesome. But when his first son came back and saw that his father had been dressed as a tattoo man, he said, you know, what is all this, you know? Then started to remove those things. Immediately, after 1 week, the man was buried. That guy get crippled. It's a life true story. This is not figment of imagination. It happened and a lot of them. You know? So that my father's wish, there was no way that I would have disobeyed it. Yes, because we have been very good friends, you know, father relationship. So not because of I made something that I would disobey my guys. it's a very big betrayal.
But did anybody said? Did anybody wanted to, for example, did the government also say go ahead? Did anybody objected to it?
Yes, when I was discussing with my people when they were arguing, I told them that is the same government that could override this wish. And I immediately send message to Honorable Dan Wome, that is the PA to the governor on media matter. Then he told me, okay, let me update the governor, which he did. And after 20 or 10 minutes thereabout, he called me and he said that this is what the governor had said. That if there were any instruction, as I had said, that I should go on and obey that thing. That my father must be buried based on his wish. Then, whenever we are prepared for the funeral ceremonies, the government will be informed and they will come in. Unfortunately, I went to my kindred and asked the Honorable Dan Wome, could you please repeat your statement? Then I had to put the phone speak out and everyone had what he said. Then they told me, what next? I said, okay, let us go and look for coffin. So that's where we started the preparation, thank God we managed to sort to get one or two things. Then, but before we could reach the village, my in-law, Ezeoba, and his wife, they were in the village. Yes, they would have come here for that meeting, because I convened that meeting between 9 and 9:30 in the morning, which I did right there in the hospital when my father came for. Yes, and that was the main thing that I discussed with them, just to pass on this message to everybody. Unfortunately, there was some argument. But thank God, the governor and his team, they waded in and gave their consent. So I did not just do it on my own. I had the consent of the governor, because when the governor visited him on 2nd of September, that was 2024, he said that anything that concerns Mike Ejeagha, his welfare will be the affair of the state. Okay. So there is no way that I would have taken laid my dad to rest without informing them, without their consent. That was what happened.
Okay, that's quite amazing, and we want to use this opportunity to say a very big thank you to the governor for what he has been doing right from last year.
Yes.
In fact, it was through the governor that we also had other people from the federal that have to know about what is happening. But now that Daddy has been buried, are we not looking at the funeral celebration, because we can't keep quiet about someone like Michael? So what are the plans from the family? Have the government reached out to the family, and what are the proceedings currently?
Okay, the immediate family, we have convened a meeting today, but it did not work out. Yes, as I had said, the governor said whenever we are ready for his funeral that we should reach there. So we had wanted to assemble here today, to take a date, then and to tell the governor that we are ready. Then the governor will, he may say that date suits him or not, but the most important thing is to inform the governor that we are ready. Yes. My father's funeral is not a household something. Yes, his kingdom will be involved. The local government will be involved. The youths, then the state, then the federal. I read the tribute which was sent by the president of this country. That is Atiku, not Atiku, Bola Tinubu. It's on record that ad initio the state government. That was when he said my dad on September 2nd, 2024. You know, he said that anything that concerns Chief Mike Ejeagha in terms of welfare, yes, will be taken care of by the state government. You know, and since that time, because we later visited him in the government house, you know, he had been sending something to this family for his upkeep. Yes, you know, we're not minding that the longest, one of the longest roads in Abakaliki, formerly known as Odinag Road, you know, he renamed it to Mike Ejeagha Road. Then he did that road, and equally did the road coming into his residence as a Mike Ejeagha recent, you know. Yes. At the same time, I have to use this opportunity to appeal to the state governor, you know, and his executive. It is true that they had indicated interest, you know. They have to help us in different areas, you know. My father built an upstairs village, you know. It needs remodeling, or what I will say renovation, you know. The roads coming into this place is nothing to write home about. Because a lot of people will be coming to that day, people from the state and federal, you know. And nothing is this. We need lights. We need lights. We need lights. You know. But the main thing is to put my late daddy's premises to the standards. Yes, so that when people come there, they will know that they are in the premises of that legend Mike Ejeagha from Enugu State, whom the governor had said that anything concerns his welfare, you know, that the government has taken over. Yes. So it is a very big appeal, it's a passionate appeal to the state government, you know. So they now will extend it to the federal government. Now this family, this is so thing. Yes. You know, for the funeral activities of my late father in that day, so that we will be given a befitting funeral ceremony. You know.
Okay. For now, we'll head it. Of course, the date for the funeral ceremony is not out yet, but as always, One4 TV will be keeping you updated concerning the funeral activities. We are also expected to be live when the funeral is taking place, and we'll hear about the appeal. We're expecting that relevant authorities will come and do the needful to try as much as possible to make sure the legendary Mike Ejeagha is buried. So it's very important for us right now. It's very important for the people of for his community, for the family. But just before we wrap this small fine interview up, let's ask our brother, sir, what is that thing you miss about your father, Mike Ejeagha?
I must tell you, the next day I went where he used to sleep to say good morning as usual. I could not see him over there, and I started to cry. Yes. So I have missed that fatherly component,
Father-son
relationship discussions. So whenever I come back from wherever I must have gone, I'll come to him. I continue to sit beside him. You know? So if he doesn't go to bed, I will not go to bed. That is him. So the relationship was superb. You know, yes. Even before he was ill, yes, we had a lot of discussion. Yes, so I don't know. I miss him forever. I continue to remember him for what he was to me, to the family, and to the society. Yes, because when Vanguard man was asking me when I was with him in the hospital, when he was trying to, how did I feel? Then I told him that I asked God, I never wanted him to die, but I could not even rescue him. It's everything lies in God's hands. Yes, before he breathed his last breath. So for me, if you ask me again, I would have not allowed my dad to die. Yes.
All right, thank you very much, guys. Of course, this has been a little bit passionate for us, even we here, talking to the first son of Mike Ejeagha. We say from One4 TV, we are sending our condolences. We'll always keep in touch with the family. This is what we do. This is why we are here. In fact, Mike Ejeagha has been a very big, he has made a very big impact, not just for the society, but also for One4 TV. That's why we came to pay our respect. We'll continue to make sure that whatever the family needs in terms of coverage and making sure that the burial goes as planned, we will actually be there to actually support the family. So once again, our condolences, and we know that the people of Enugu State will really miss him. Nigeria will miss him. His songs and everything will continue to make sure that that does not die. And of course, that's One4 TV. And of course, we'll be keeping updates with what is happening with the family. Thank you. No, you want to say anything?
I want to say something. I want to commend the One4 TV, even before now. Yes, they have been doing their best, to present my dad bigger to the world. I think there is a documentary they are producing in his name, which is still under production. So One4 TV is not the name of that. I've been trying to showcase my dad to the world in a very big way. So thank you, One4 TV, for coming again this time to know how the family has been faring since the death of their father. Thank you, Mama Ejeagha. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.